I'm back with a review for a classic film, underrated, much underrated film, and that is Bird, 1988. This was a Clint Eastwood El Paso Productions about famous musician, jazz musician, Charlie Parker. It's well known, I think, that Clint Eastwood is a big jazz aficionado and has a lot of jazz scores in his films and things like that. He loved Charlie Parker, and it's easy to see why. Charlie Parker was for the lack of a better analogy, the Jimi Hendrix of jazz, early jazz, freestyle jazz. To me, he kind of led the way for what became of fusion jazz and Miles Davis type stuff. The freeform jazz, I think, to me, began with Charlie Parker. And Charlie Parker, of course, is a complex man. You know, he's had a big-time drug addiction, had anger issues, all kinds of things. And all those things are portrayed in the film. It's a long watch. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes, but it's a really interesting character study of a musical genius, a guy with natural talent, along the lines of, again, I think Jimi Hendrix would be the best analogy I could give you for the kind of jazz talent that we've got here. The interesting thing about this film is it was a box office flop. It cost between $9 and $14 million, depending on who you believe. But it only made like $2 million at the box office, which is really hard to believe, given that it was an Eastwood production. And it won an Oscar. It really put Forrest Whitaker on the map. He won an Oscar for his portrayal of Charlie Parker. He's a fantastic actor, and this film really put him on the trail of bigger and better things. Fantastic portrayal. He really gave everything to the role. I take my hat off to him. It was fantastic. His character study was fantastic. He can exude anger and empathy all in one scene. It's amazing. You feel sorry for him, you admire him, and you think he's a waste case, all in the same settings. I mean, here's a natural talent, God-given talent, a genius of music that's so self-destructive, both from himself personally, from his own health standpoint, and all those around him, that it's just a frustrating thing to watch such a natural talent destroy his life and all those around him without really any thought. He was just addicted to drugs, and drugs ruled his life, unfortunately. But when he played jazz music, man, there was very few like him. This DVD has a CD sampler, of course, along with the film itself. I think you can get. I'm pretty sure you can get this on. I didn't check, but I'm pretty sure you can get this on Blu-ray. But this is a really, really interesting film, and probably the best character study of a musician that I think has been filmed. I mean, there's been quite a few of those, but I don't think many of them compare to Bird. So I think this is the best of those kind of character studies that are out there, at least from a musician standpoint. Highly recommended, and that was Bird. This is another kind of historical docudrama stuff I've been watching in June. So yeah, that'll wrap up my review of Bird, and I recommend it. I give it a 8 out of 10.